6:30, Chad. You got a 3. Well, last night, my dash cam proved useful for capturing an idiot cutting me off on the freeway. Let's see what surprises we have in store today. It's day 2 of the Long Song Festival from the Mad Music Show, hosted by Tim Ryan. I forgot yesterday and thought it was Captain Wayne, but it was Tim Ryan, who was, I don't know if he still is, I don't know if the website's still going, but when the website was going, he was the moderator, main moderator, there's a couple of them, of the Mad Music Archive website. He was also, I don't know if he was a professional disc jockey or amateur disc jockey, but he is fairly knowledgeable about music, and especially demented mad music. So he was a good choice for Captain Wayne to do a show while he took a week off back in whenever it was, I forget, 2006? February 2006, I think it was. Just about 14 years ago. So since they're long songs, we better start. A couple of the things he played yesterday weren't songs at all. They were spoken word pieces. But it all counts. Oh good, nobody's coming up from behind to challenge me to get to the freeway before me. We have this little stretch of road all to ourselves right now, which is how I like it. If it gets too crowded, I just let everybody go ahead. This is probably like, what, maybe 3/4 of a mile, this little stretch of road we're on, before we turn to get on the freeway. A lot of people use it, though. Right now, we're still the only ones, except for the people in front of us. Uh-oh, here comes somebody. I don't think we have to worry. We'll beat him to the freeway. Oh, he's getting on the freeway in the other direction. Good. So we don't have to worry about him anyway. I'm a little shell-shocked after being cut off last night, so I might be driving a little extra cautious today. Got to be cautious with all these people getting on the freeway at the same time as me. Some of them aren't going to try and come over onto this lane. Go, dude. It's your turn. Now it's his turn. Now it's my turn. Oh, the sun is just coming up over the hill there. that is a hill off to our right where the sun is coming up. It's not a mountain. It's part of Anaheim Hills. I don't know how tall it has to be considered a mountain. Looks pretty mountainous, but actually when you think about like Big Bear, we're closer to where I live, is 6,000 feet or more, 7,000 feet at the peak. Well, and that in front of us there is a little like 3,000 or 4,000 footer. Maybe not even that. I wanted to get over a long time ago, but I couldn't, and now I can't. Now I got to deal with people wanting to merge onto the freeway here. Hopefully they'll not try and merge in front of me, because I'm not going to let them in. Haha. I would still like to get over and get the chance if this damn SUV next to me, or whatever the hell it is, it's not an SUV, some kind of strange shaped car, would get the hell moving. Thank you. Whatever happened to cars that you could tell what they were just by looking at them? You saw a Chevy Nova, you knew what that was. You saw a Ford Mustang, you knew what that was. Oh, come on, dude. Are you serious? This guy in the little fucking green truck, what the hell's his problem? But he's not our problem anymore. Tim Ryan, play us some long songs for the long drive, why don't you?
I'm Tim Ryan, your guest host here on the Mad Music Show. This is part 4 of the Long Song Festival. Want to remind you, we do have a top 3 coming up at the end of the show. It's sooner than you expect because they're all long. All the songs here today have been 5 minutes or longer, and we're getting to a long one. Right now, here's Jamie Brockett.
It was back around the turn of the centuries, back around 1913. There was a Negro pugilist, his name was Jack Johnson. Old Jack Johnson, he was the toughest man in the whole wide world. He used to walk around bumping people upside the head, making all sorts of money. Like I say, old Jack Johnson, he was a pugilist. He was a pugilist by preference and by profession. And one day old Jack came walking on down by the pier side. He's just walking on down. His manager come walking on down by the pier side. He says, hi, Jack. He says, hi, manager. This is what you doing? He says, I'm just walking on down by the pier side. This is what's up. up. He says, I got a gig for you. He says, got a gig for me? He says, that's right. He says, whereabouts? He says, over in England. He says, what am I gonna do over there? He says, well, you're going over and whop this guy upside the head and make all sorts of money. Old Jack says, that's groovy, baby. That's really groovy. You give me a ticket on the next flight out. He said, ticket on the next flight out? This is 1914, while the Wright brothers haven't even started fooling around with Kitty Hawk yet. He said, who's she? He was midnight on the scene. The band was playing him. I got very well, Titanic, very well. Old Jack says, well, how am I going to get there, baby? He says, oh, I'm going to show you. And he whips open a newspaper and shows him a picture of the USS Titanic, folks. She's the world's biggest ship. She's made out of good wood and good iron. They said she'd never get down. He says, you mean I'm going over on the boat? And he says, that's right, baby, you're going on the boat. He said, well, let's get some tickets. He said, all right, so they head on down to the ticket taker's place. He walks on up to the ticket taker. He walks on in and says, hey, man, I want to buy me some tickets. He said, you got red ticket, green ticket, yellow ticket, blue ticket, what kind of ticket you want? I said, I want a red one. He gave him some Luty laid on him. See his old Jack, he's got his ticket now. He takes everything he owns, he wraps it on up in a diaper, and he hangs it on a stick over his back and goes heading on down by the pier side. He getting on down by the pier side, and his manager's down there by the pier side, and there she is, folks. The USS Titanic, she's lined up beside 250 parking meters. The captain's getting done ready to split because he run out of time. Now around this time there was an Italian senator in the State House, and all Italian senators, them got brothers own construction companies, and this one had a brother, he owned a construction company, and the Titanic, she was made out of good Italian wood, good Italian, and they said she'd never get down. So there's old Jack standing on the bottom, got everything he owns wrapped on up in that diaper, hanging on a stick over his back. He shakes hands with his manager, goes walking on up the gangplank. The captain's standing on the top. He get up on to the top, and the captain look at the ticket. He look at the ticket, he look at Jack. He look at the ticket, he look at Jack. He look at the ticket, he look at Jack. He look at the ticket, he look at Jack. He look at it. He says, sorry, baby, wrong color. Says, me the ticket, this is you. And he wouldn't let Jack Johnson on board. He said, this ship don't all go too fade away. Titanic, baby. He was midnight on the sea. The band was playing him. I got the very well, Titanic, very well, yeah. So Jack says, it's all right, baby, it's all right. I'm gonna sit right here. I'm gonna play and watch you go right on down. So the Titanic, she sails on out into the North Sea. She's out there floating around in and out between the icebergs, and old Jack's standing on the pier. I gotta tell you about the people on the Titanic. Now, first of all, there's a whole bunch of people from Miami. They're jumping up and down, they're laughing, they're drinking booze, they're trading wives and Cadillacs and diamonds, and having all sorts of good, clean party fun. In New Orleans, the people who run the boat. Now, the people who run the boat, they know all about running boats. They know all about hoisting up landlubbers and battening down hatches and doing all sorts of other good things like all good sailors do in their 5-way sea. In New Orleans, the captain, not a captain, he know how to walk like a captain, write like captain, walk like captain, talk like captain, smell like captain, eat like captain, do all sorts of captain things. In the walls, the first mate. Now I gotta tell you about the first mate. Now the first mate, he don't know nothing about parties. He don't know nothing about hoisting up landlubbers. He don't know nothing about captains. He wants to go over to England. He want to play his guitar. He want to run around, chase women, have all sorts of good times. Anyways, this fella, his sideburns, they're just a little too long. He give away. See, even down in Mexico, he been working in this rope factory down in Mexico. Now, down in Mexico, they make rope out of this funny little hemp plant that grows wild in the ground. Some of you people grow it in flower pots, some of you bet. Anyways, down there, he's making rope out of this funny marijuana plant. And one day, the rope factory, she catch fire, and he run back on in to save his lunch. He's got 2 sardine sandwiches, running back on in to save his lunch. He gets inside, and there's all this funny smoke floating around up in the side. He gets some of this funny smoke up inside his head, and he sit down in the middle of the fire, and he say, baby, I ain't gonna make rope no more. See, take everything he owned, he wrap it up on up in a diaper and a knapsack. what you got, boys. Says, I'm coming on, this is what you got. This is where I got me 2 changes of BVDs. I got me my guitar, I got me my address book, a pair of socks, 4 mass Marvel comic books, a tennis racket, and 497.5 feet of rope. He says 497.5 feet of rope. What do you got that for? He says, I just carry it. So he says, all right, go on board, and he did. It holds me down on the sea, the man was playing him. I got deep, very well Titanic, very well. Now they wouldn't let Jack Johnson on board. They said the ship don't almost go. Very well Titanic, very well. That brings us up to what's happening on the Titanic. She's floating around, headed out between the icebergs. The people are partying, they're trading wives and Cadillacs and diamonds. They're drinking booze and having all sorts of party fun. Everybody else is hoisting up landlubbers and battening down hatches. The first mate is hanging over the rail. He's having himself a little smoke. He's digging the iceberg, having himself a little smoke, and it's the captain's time to do his thing. The captain comes on out. Remember I told you about the captain? He knows how to walk like captain, ride like captain, all sorts of captain. He comes on out and he's standing on. His thing right now is that he's got to go out and test the wind, so he casts his nose up into the north wind and he goes. He walks on over to the first mate. He says, hey, first mate, what's that you smoking? He says, that ain't nothing but a little old cigarette, captain. He says, I don't believe it. Give me a puff. He says, all right. Captain take himself a little puff, nothing happened right away. He says, it's all right, it's just a cigarette. I'm going for a walk, and that's what I did, folks. He went for a walk. He went out walking around the boat. He went walking toward the wheelhouse. He walked around the wheelhouse once. Twice. On the 3rd time around the wheelhouse. The first mate, he looked on over at the captain. And he say, you want another talk, Captain? And the captain, he say, tell the captain a little bit about the smoke that he's smoking. He says, now, the idea, Captain, the idea is to get the smoke way down deep inside your tummy and hold it there just as long as you can. It'll make you feel good all inside. So the captain says, all right, he take himself 3 big tokes off that funny little brown weed. He says, I'm commencing to hold it in. He walked around the wheelhouse, he went downstairs, he laid down, he got up, he ran in the other room, he sent a radiogram, he came on back in, he took a shower, he come out, he shaved. He laid down, he got up again, he turned on the television, he turned off the radio, he played a game of cribbage, he read a smash Marvel comic book. He walked in the kitchen, made a cup of tea, made a cup of coffee, sat down, ate a piece of pie, went upstairs, played another game of cribbage, went back into this other mass Marvel comic book. Laid down, he had the television, the radio, the 8-beater, the air conditioning, everything's all going at once. He walks up on deck, and this is 52 minutes later, and this cat ain't breathed yet. So the first mate see him standing up there on the rail. He's all puffed up like a balloon. He says, you gotta let it out, Captain. So the captain, he let it all out at once. Falling right down on the wheelhouse floor. He's out cold. Oh, this just brings us up to what's happening again, folks. The Titanic, she's sailing around in between the icebergs. Everybody else is having parties. The people, they're jumping up and down. They're trading wives and Cadillacs and diamonds and drinking booze. Everybody else is hoisting up landlubbers, battening down hatches and doing sail. rail things. The first mate's hanging over there at rail. He's having himself a little smoke and digging icebergs. And the captain's out cold on the wheelhouse floor. It was midnight on the sea. The band was playing my country. Farewell, Titanic, farewell. Wouldn't let Jack Johnson on board. They said the ship no longer go. Farewell, Titanic, farewell. All of a sudden, the captain's eyes popped wide open and stood right up straight. Grabs a hold of the wheel, looks on out at the bow of that boat, and he said, I'm gonna move you, baby. And it did right on into an iceberg, and she went right on down. It was midnight on the sea, the band was playing in my country. Farewell, Titanic, farewell. God, he wouldn't let Jack Johnson on board. He said the ship don't all go. Farewell, Titanic, farewell. That's the true story of the Titanic, folks. She went right to the bottom. She took with him the captain. She took with him the landlubbers. She took with him the mass marble, comic books, the tennis racket, and 497.5 feet of rope. Meanwhile, back on the stateside, old Jack Johnson, why, standing up on the pier, he's fishing away. He's got himself a little stick and line, and he gets a tug and pulls it on up. It's a big, wet, blue, soggy messing on the inside on the line, and written in big gold letters it says USS Titanic, and stuck right above him was a railroad check. That boy was so happy, he started doing the eagle rock up and down that pier like it's going out of style. You're gonna do the eagle rock now. Everybody here for the eagle rock. Eagle rock. Oh, it was midnight on the sea. The band was playing near my God. Farewell, Titanic, farewell. God, he wouldn't let Jack Johnson on board. He said the ship don't all go over. Farewell, Titanic, farewell. Farewell, Titanic, going down.
I'll be a damn fool if he didn't see the boogeyman last night. That's Jamie Brockett with the legend of the USS Titanic here on the Mad Music Show. That one came out about 1977, heard heavily on the Dr. Demento Show in 1977 when he was only on KMET. And now, more drugs. Here's the Four Bitchin' Babes with the shortest song in our Long Song Festival. But then again, it's not the length that counts, right?
Just outside of Johnson City, on a dark and twisting road, in a Kenworth 18-wheeler with a heavy shifting load, he was pushing through to Binghamton, though the hour was getting late. Pfizer's finest on a mission to the pharmacies upstate. He was on a holy mission. There were men who couldn't wait for his 30,000 pounds of Viagra. He clocked 700 miles as he climbed into the room. Just another 25 or so would finish up that gig. But the trailer hit an oil slick, and down the hill it fly, oh my, till it landed at the bottom of the town's water supply. It was instant rigor mortis with a hard wind of death. Save your sons, shield your daughters, there's Viagra in the water. All over Johnson City, people rising with the dawn. They drank their morning coffee, took their showers, watered lawn. And who could have predicted all the changes up ahead? Men were getting up for work and heading back to bed. So many called in sick, you would have thought a virus spread. Down at the courthouse coffee shop, they stared in disbelief as a pack of thirsty lawyers briefs. But at the local college, young men appeared much smarter. No chromosomal mystery, they simply studied harder. Now water on the rocks is the latest party starter. Save your sons and daughters, there's Viagra in the water. The Johnson City firemen cursed their wretched luck. They could not get their fire hoses wound back on the trunk. Sprinkling holy water at a funeral, Father Ryan said, "How you know this thing? I know I've saved their souls, but I've never raised the dead. Would a couple strong men help me now to close the casket lid?" Old man Weisberg took the shower of his life. Then he marched into the kitchen and he called out to his wife. She knew something was up as he stood naked at the table, holding 2 cups of coffee and a half-dozen bagels. It had been at least a decade since the last time he was able. Save your sons and daughters, there's Viagra in the water. Believers seeking miracles, pilgrims came home. The waters of Viagra grew more popular than gold. The clergy quoted scripture, but they found it hard to sell. Those who chose to be anointed were pointed straight to hell. Despite the dire warnings, the crowds began to swell. Some hardened politicians came into town one day. With their permits and their pipelines, pumped the waters all the way. From the heart of Johnson City rose the mournful cry of men. But the women knew another truck was coming through again. Don't worry, there's a truck next week. We'll spread the oil again. Save your sons and daughters, there's Viagra in the water. Sing along, it's not so hard. Save your sons and daughters, there's Viagra in the water.
Camille West leading the 4 Bitchin' Babes with Viagra in the Waters from their CD, The Babes Beyond Bitchin', More Life According to 4 Bitchin' Babes, with the cover that's kind of a tribute to one of the early Beatles albums. And now an ad from somebody who we're going to be hearing in the next part.
Well, just what I've always wanted.
A restaurant?
No, a friend with a restaurant.
Well, anytime, baby. For our kids, start the house, right, Ray?
You better believe it.
Shame I'm not heavy on hammer and saw.
Maybe you could write us a singing commercial.
I could do that. You can get anything you want at Alice's restaurant. You can get anything you want at Alice's restaurant. Walk right in, it's around the back, just a half a mile from the railroad track.
That's right. Tonight, Alice Brock's opens the back room, her new restaurant in Stockbridge, with such international gourmet dishes as beef bourguignon, pastelatus bojarski, spaghetti alla marciana, and many others. All at Alice's back room, opening tonight.
Oh, I gotta change the CD. Just like that.
Carlo Guthrie.
I don't want a pickle. Just want a sickle. And I don't want a tickle. I'd rather ride on my motorcycle. And I don't want to die. Just want to ride on the motorcycle. You know, it's been about 12 years now that I've been singing this dumb song. You know, it's amazing. It's amazing that somebody could get away with singing a song this dumb for that long. But you know what's more amazing than that is that somebody could make a living singing a song this dumb. But that's America. You know, I told about everything there was to tell about it. When I wrote it, how come, why, what for. But you know, the one thing that I always used to neglect to explain was the significance of the pickle. It was the time I was riding my bike. I was going down a mountain road. I was doing 150 miles an hour. On one side of the mountain road, there was a mountain. And on the other side, there was nothing. It was just a cliff in the air. But I wasn't paying attention, you know, I was just driving down the road. All of a sudden, by accident, the string broke off my guitar. It broke, you know, right there, went flying across the road that way, wrapped itself around the yield sign. Well, the sign didn't break, it didn't come out the ground, the string stayed wrapped around it. Stayed in the other end of my guitar. I held on to my guitar with one hand. I held on to the bike with the other. I made a sharp turn off the road. Luckily, I didn't go into the mountain. I went over the cliff. I was doing 150 miles an hour sideways and 500 feet down at the same time. I was looking for the cops. Because, you know, hey, I knew that, you know, it was illegal. I knew that was it. I knew I didn't have long to live in this world. And in my last remaining seconds in the world, I knew that it was my obligation to write one last farewell song to the world. I took out a piece of paper, I pulled out a pen, and it didn't write. I had to put another ink cartridge in it. I sat back and I thought a while, and then it come to me. It come like a flash, like a vision, burst across the clouds. I just wrote it down. I learned it right away. I don't want a pickle, just want to ride on my motorcycle. And I don't want a tickle, I'd rather ride on my motorcycle. And I don't want to die, just want to ride on my motorcycle. Hey, I knew it wasn't the best song I ever wrote. But I didn't have time to change it. But you know, the most amazing thing was that I didn't die. I landed on the top of a police car. And it died. I come into town and screaming 175 miles an hour, singing my new motorcycle song. I stopped out front of the deli, and out in front of the deli was a man eating the most tremendous pickle. A pickle the size of 4 pregnant watermelons. Just a huge monster pickle. He walked up to me, pushed a pickle in my face, and started asking me questions. About the same time, I noticed a pickle in my face. I noticed a cord hanging from the long end of the pickle, going up his sleeve, down his shirt, into his pants and shoes, out into a briefcase he had near his feet. I knew it wasn't an ordinary pickle. But it was about the same time I noticed the cord hanging out of the pickle that a 4-foot cop arrived with a 5-foot gun. A cop that one time must have been around 6'3", but was met at the bottom of a mountain by a flying, singing, writing widow friend. He walked up and with one tremendous hand, he grabbed the pickle away from the other guy. He threw it 100 feet straight up in the air. And while While the pickle was halfway between going up and coming down, he took out his gun and put a 3-inch bullet hole right through the long end of the pickle. He started coming back down. He stuck out his foot. He caught the pickle on his big toe. Balancing the pickle on his big toe, he reached his huge hand into his little pocket, pulled out a 10-foot ticket. He borrowed my pen. He wrote it up. Then he rolled it up and stuffed it in the bullet hole in the middle of the pickle, took the pickle with the ticket, and shoved it down my throat. It was at that very moment that the pickle with the ticket was going down my throat. I knew for sure that I didn't want a pickle. I don't want a pickle. I just want to ride on a motorcycle. I don't want a ticket. I'd rather ride on a motorcycle. And I don't want to die. Just want to ride on my motorcycle.
Play Alice's Restaurant. That's our Lookout 3 with the motorcycle song. Time now for the top 3 requested long songs on the Mad Music Show. I picked these due to their discussion and perceived popularity in the forums on the madmusicarchive.com. I hope you agree with me. Coming in at number 3 is a song that came to us in 3 pieces originally, now together as one piece, as found on the album Uber Geek, the one with P, Tim Ryan on the cover, right next to Luke Ski, the great Luke Ski, and it's a Fanboy Christmas.
It's a fanboy Christmas, there's geekdom in the air. The comic shops and toy stores are crowded everywhere. Each dork and dweeb and doofus does their holiday thing. They form a nerdy chorus and they all begin to sing. All I want for Christmas is my emotion chip, emotion chip, emotion chip. All I want for Christmas is my emotion chip, so I can have a Merry Christmas. Androids cannot feel merry, not to mention loving or affection. If I do not get my emotion chip, I will start an insurrection. Gowron got run over by a reindeer on his way to fight the Minion War. Now he's drinking down his Christmas blood wine in the cursed halls of Stovall. Santa barked to his brother Ron. Do you hear what I hear? Mulder and Scully are on my play with cards and magic that cost me my eternal soul. Let it roll, let it roll, let it roll. It's a fanboy Christmas from Roswell to Missouri. We're wishing happy Kwanzaa to Lando and Uhura. Our Jewish friends have opened the gifts that we did buy 'em. The brand new kosher transformer, Optimus L'chaim! Hercules and Xena, Hercules and Xena, Hercules and Xena, Yolis Gabrielle. Hercules and Xena, Hercules and Xena, Hercules and Xena, Yolis Gabrielle. Merc is a demigod, Zeke has a killer bod. Yolis died and Gabby cried 'cause John served as a clod. Oh, Tribble, 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 you're made of fluffy fur. Tribble, 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 we love to hear you purr. Tribble, 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 you're really just a pain. Tribble, 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 you ate up all our grain. Get on your Tontonica, it's Star Wars Hanukkah. You can hang out with Qui-Gonica on the Millennium Falconica with a Wookiee named Chewbacca. Please help me, Obi-Wanica. So go see episode 1 and have a happy, happy, happy Star Wars Hanukkah. It's a fanboy Christmas, the temperature is nipply, so throw aliens on the fire with that new clone of Ripley. The anime cartoon stars are all getting along. The Dementites and Dementoids are all listening to this song. Woo! Danger, danger, young Will Robinson. For Dr. Smith is coming, Will Robinson. I know you have been searching for Babylon. You're hungry, have some fish heads, eat them up, yum. Eat them up, yum. Eat them up, yum. Charge 12 times what they're worth. Gee, this Christmas time is swell. Until all the little kids who want to buy the toys just so that they can play with them all get together and hunt me down and catch me and kill me, and then I'll burn in hell. It's a fanboy Christmas, and outside it's a blizzard. So curl up by the fire with your copy of Wizard. Lara Croft's new Yule Raider, it just might oversex us. And Wolverine is here to wish us all a Merry Xmas. Jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin laid an egg. The Batmobile broke its wheel and the Joker got away. Penguin spewed Riddler's food and Two-Face's cup. When Catwoman soiled her litter, Alfred cleaned it up. Silent Bob, Jay and Bob, Hatchet Man is their job. Just to talk profits with some weird quirks. Just to maul rats, hassling clerks. Always chase the game and smoke its Nucci Boochies. God rest ye merry Pokemon inside your Pokeballs. Team Rocket, Jesse, James, and Yelp are here to wreck your halls. No decorations will they hang, nor carols will they sing. They're too busy Poke Christmas card collecting, stealing all that they can get from Burger King. Should Voyager ever get home and again see Earth's sunshine, Christmas. No time to dilly-dally. Get all the geeks together, cause it's time for the finale. On the 12th day of Christmas, my fangirl gave to me 12 larpers larping, 11 milkers milking, 10 gigs from Deep Space Nine, Doctor Who's 8 sweet transvestites, 7 of 9, 6 Ewoks dancing, 5 Cardassian lights. There are 4 lights! 4 Starfleet captains, 3 Star Wars prequels, 2 protocol droids, and there can be only one sci-fi channel on my TV. We wish you a fanboy Christmas. We wish you a fanboy Christmas. We wish you a fanboy Christmas and a Trekkie New Year. And I heard him exclaim as he flew out of view, "Live long and prosper, and may the force be with you!"
Prosperity bless us, everyone!
Push the button, Frankincense.
Not so much a Christmas song, but using a lot of Christmas tunes that the fanboy uber geek, the great Luke Ski, used to put together to make his ultimate Christmas song. We'll be back with the top 2. This is part 6 of a 6-part podcast. Try saying that real fast. And we're in the midst of the top 3 songs for our Long Song Festival. Coming in at number 2, Christine Levin from her 2005 release, folk zinger, Chicken Soup.
When downstairs neighbor, a cheery, well-meaning busybody of a woman, stops me in the elevator one day and asks me, "What is my email address?" And I ask her, "Why do you want to know? You could talk to me the old-fashioned way, face-to-face." But she says she has something really special to send to me via email, so against my better judgment, I give her my email address. And the next day when I wake up, I turn on my computer, and what do I see? In my email box, something called Chicken Soup for the Soul. A downstairs, cheery, well-meaning busybody of a neighbor has signed me up for a free lifetime subscription to Chicken Soup for the Soul. Chicken soup for the soul. Chicken soup for the soul. Well, every day you get to read a new heartwarming story. These are true stories, written by real people from all walks of life. Some stories have a O. Henry type of ending where a special lesson is learned, or a long-standing hurt is mended, or a particular obstacle is overcome. Chicken Soup for the Soul's motto is, changing the world one story at a time. I read them every day, sitting at my computer, drinking my coffee, listening to the birds chirping in the trees outside my window. These sweet, sweet stories make me smile, and sometimes they choke me up. They make me think that my life isn't so bad compared to the troubles others have had to endure. But then my work takes me traveling for a month, and when I come back, what do I see? An entire email box clogged to the rafters with many, many heartwarming stories from Chicken Soup for the Soul. I don't have time to read them, but I want to read them, so I click on Save. But then I have no time, and eventually I end up deleting them unread. I feel guilty. I feel guilty. I feel guilty. I feel guilty. Well, pretty soon the guilt, mixed with the no time thing, makes me realize that these chicken soup stories have become a cyberspace nuisance. I once appreciated this little bit of sunshine in my email box every day, but now I get a bit riled up when they greet me every time I turn my computer on. I run into my cheery, well-meaning busybody of a neighbor, and she asks me if I love reading the chicken soup stories as much as she does. And I lie and I say, oh my, yes. Because I don't want her to know that I am a cold-hearted, uncaring, selfish bitch. So now I feel guilty about not reading them, and now I'm lying about it. 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 Well, next day I scroll down to the bottom of that day's particularly heartwarming story about a puppy and a chipmunk who become become best friends. The moral being, yes, world peace is possible. Yes, we can all get along and not eat each other. But enough's enough, so I followed the directions to unsubscribe to Chicken Soup for the Soul. I do everything as I am told, to the letter. But the next day when I wake up and turn on my computer, what do I see? Oh, you guessed it. A brand new story from Chicken Soup for the Soul. About a father of 8 in desperate need of a car, who accidentally dials the phone number of a rich old geezer on his deathbed who's dying from a weird blood disorder. And the rich old geezer has a Mercedes-Benz and no known relatives to leave it to. So I unsubscribe again, but then the next day, there's fresh Chicken Soup for the Soul in my email box. So now I write a letter to the webmaster of Chicken Soup for the Soul asking, please, please, take me off your list. Not only do I get no response, I keep getting Chicken Soup for the Soul stories. Heartwarming stories. Now people tell me I should never have written that letter to the webmaster. They love to get letters like that. It's proof that you are receiving their emails, reading their advertising, making you an even more valuable name on their mailing list. A name they will sell to others, assuring you will get more unwanted email for the rest of your life. But then I remember, wait a minute, I'm a member of America Online. I can block email from a specific sender. So I follow those directions to a T. But the next day, what do I see when I turn on my computer? More Chicken Soup for the Soul, plus information on how to subscribe to Chicken Soup for the Teenage Soul. The Teenage Soul. The Teenage Soul. The Teenage Soul. I email them back. There is no teenager in my house. There is no teenager in my soul. Stop sending me this email. I don't have time. Oh yes, your stories are heartwarming, I'll give you that. But my heart has been warmed to the point where I now have a bad case of literary heartburn. Please, please, please stop. No answer. Well, eventually, even though the world political situation grows bleaker and bleaker, what bugs me first and foremost is seeing that unwanted Chicken Soup for the Soul every day in my email box. I can't stand it. I don't want it. I get the shivers in the supermarket every time I'm in the chicken soup aisle. I get the shakes in the music store when I'm in the soul aisle. I contemplate changing my email address completely, but that would inconvenience all the many people I want to send me email. So in a fit of rage on a particularly nasty morning, I smack my computer monitor so hard it falls out the window. Unbeknownst to me, below my window on the street, a horrible crime is in progress. A very bad man named Lefty is robbing a poor, pitiful orphan named Hope of all of her worldly possessions. She was running away from the convent orphanage where she was so unhappily held against her will for all those many years. And now here she is being robbed by a very bad man. Well, my computer monitor hits Lefty in the head. Doesn't kill him, but knocks him out cold and opens a terrible gash in his head. A downstairs, cheery, well-meaning busybody of a neighbor witnesses all of this, calls the police, runs outside, does mouth-to-mouth on Lefty, and accompanies him to the hospital in the ambulance. At the hospital, Lefty needs a transfusion, and turns out that he is a weird blood type. And DNA tests prove that Lefty is the long-lost ne'er-do-well father of the poor, pitiful orphan named Hope that he was robbing. And he is the son of the rich old geezer who is still on his deathbed after giving away his Mercedes-Benz to the desperate father of 8, who turned out to be Lefty's twin brother who was kidnapped at birth and raised by a pack of right-wing religious fanatics in Texas till he escaped and regained sanity, working the Cirque du Soleil as a contortionist up in Canada. Up in Canada! Up in Canada! Up in Canada! Up in Canada! Well, Lefty apologized to Hope for trying to rob her. And Hope's donated blood not only saves her long-lost daddy Lefty, it also saves Lefty's long-lost father, the rich old geezer with the Mercedes-Benz who's gonna live, and whose puppy and chipmunk just gave birth to a litter of 8 pup chips. Praise the Lord! They're all reunited and are now in family counseling with Dr. Phil, where they are making tremendous progress. How do I know this? It was in today's edition of Chicken Soup for the Soul that appeared in my email box this morning. The story was sent in by my downstairs, cheery, well-meaning bride-to-be of a neighbor. Yes, Lefty's fiancé, and soon-to-be adopted mother of the no longer poor, pitiful orphan named Hope. I'm sorry. I'm getting all choked up. I can't wait to see what email I get tomorrow when I get my Chicken Soup for the Soul. 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 I feel guilty. Chicken Soup for the Soul. Chicken Soup for the Soul. Chicken Soup for the Soul. I love my Mercy. Chicken Soup for the Soul. I love Lefty. Chicken Soup for the Soul. Lefty loves me.
Yeah, it's time for number one. Number one.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Just gonna have to wait. And wait and wait and wait. Hey, there's Happy Boy Car Wash. I gotta go there pretty soon. Take you for another car wash ride. Where are you going, woman? Dude? Person? Take up the whole driveway. Whew. Alright. I'll be back soon. How soon? I don't know. I just don't know. But soon. Well, that took a little longer than I thought. The long line. And a box boy that didn't know what the hell he was doing half the time. So there's one song to go in the Long Song Festival. I already checked to see how long the song is. It's about 10 minutes long. So we've got to make a decision. Do we listen to part of it here? Or do we just sit in the carport and listen to the rest of it and start it up now and leave? Decisions. I think I'm just going to start it now and leave, and we'll sit in the carport and listen to the rest of it. Because we'll probably only have to sit there about 3 or 4 minutes. And the number one song is a song that's about a subject that's near and dear to my heart. What is it? You're about to find out.
Yeah, it's time for number one. Number one. Yes, the top song in our Long Song Festival here on the Mad Music Show. I'm your guest host, Tim Ryan, and I'm pleased to present one of the songs that most people seek out, even though it's been only played once on the Dr. Demento show in 1981 on the syndicated show, maybe a few times on the KMET show, Damascus and Disneyland Dream. Enjoy.
What is it now, you little monsters?
Will you please take us to Disneyland today?
No. I said no. Can't you see I'm busy watching the ball game? Why don't you go ask your mother? She always seems to enjoy that godforsaken for second place for what reason I'll never know. Will you shut up, you little rug-rugs? I said shut up. The answer is final. I said shut up. I said. Oh, all right.
Why I let them talk me into this, I don't know. Every year it's the same thing and I always hate it.
Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-ay. Disneyland is such a horrible place. I went on Space Mountain and Big Thunder too. They both made me vomit, that's why I'm so blue. And the lines, they last forever. We've been waiting here since early morn to try and ride the Matterhorn. Now zippity-doo-dah, zippity-ay. Miserable feeling, miserable day. Boo-hoo, boo-hoo, I really wanna go. When my wife and kids ever drag me to this place, I'll never know. To let them talk me into this, I must have been some sort of schmo on the Jungle Cruise. You're behind gets sore, and the Haunted Mansion is such a bore. And the price is obscene, if you know what I mean. Not to mention the Pirates of the Caribbean. My feet are worn out, and I just can't bear to walk from the teacups to New Orleans Square. Before they spend all of my hard-earned cash, I've gotta find some place to go crash.
Man, my dogs are killing me. There must be some place around here where it's nice and quiet. Wonder what's behind this door over here. Seems to be some sort of phone booth. Let's have a look.
Oh my God!
Hey man, it's nice and peaceful in here. You guys just
I dreamt I was a chimney sweep. It was somewhere in merry old England, sometime near the turn of the century. I was a one-man band, singing about the biggest word I've ever heard in my life. Anti-disestablishmentarianism? I'm moving along the line, I'm moving along the line, and you say anti-disestablishmentarianism. I play lots of chemicals, I'll give you my days. You say a lot of them goes on quiz, and you say anti-disestablishmentarianism. I'm moving along the line, I'm moving along the line. At that very moment, my prayer seemed to be answered at least temporarily, as I was approached by two young children who were brandishing several bagfuls of a leafy green substance, as well as a rather large gong.
We are looking for some buyers. We are the local street suppliers. And we are only 9 years old. Quality hash, I'm sure you'll find this. Just take a puff to blow your mind with. Soon you'll get all on that you can bank.
Jane and Michael, thanks!
Yeah.
discoloring. Finally, we all began to shrink. Some merry-go-round horses with multicolored charms carried all of us into a psychedelic farm. And with a bunch of elementary penguins, man, you should have seen them kicking it around and oh, look out, here we go. It's a jolly holiday with Mary. Oh, Mary makes my whole world so serene. She may not sing as good as Tina Turner, but Mary is the real acid queen. Wow, man, I am a kite.
That's usually the reaction that most people get from taking too much of Mary's medicine.
Hey, who are you?
Don't you recognize me? I'm your Uncle Albert. I love to laugh.
Uncle Albert? How can you sound more like Wally Gator?
That's strange. The last guy who was here told me I sounded more like Larry McKee.
Oh, really?
Well, we're so sorry, Uncle Albert. We're so sorry if we caused you any pain. We're so sorry, Uncle Albert. But you must admit you sound like Wally Gator just the same.
Would somebody please stop this road from spinning? I'm having trouble standing up straight. Get them out. I think my head is about to blow up. Help me. Somebody please help me. Help me. Help me. Help!
Gee, Donald, what do you suppose happened to him?
He sure looks boomed out anyway.
Well, all you clowns get out of here and let me handle this. Hey, you, wake up.
Oh, my head. What's going on? Who are you?
Why, don't you recognize me? I'm your conscience, and I think you've been taking too much of Mary's medicine.
My conscience? Oh, this is just great. First, a couple of juvenile delinquent brats feed me some dope. Then this weird lady with a talking parasol does likewise. Then this old man that talks like Wally Gator tells me I shouldn't have done that. And now I have to confront a funny-looking grasshopper with a top hat and an umbrella who claims to be my conscience.
Now, if you keep talking like that, I'll just have to turn you into a donkey, and you'll never vote Republican again as long as you live.
Don't give me any of that. Oh my God. What's happening to my ears? My nose?
I warned you.
My tail? My tail?
You're a fool, yes sir. You'd have to learn to intimidate. You only live to be 23 because you're a fool.
You claim you're my conscience, yet I don't believe it. You sound more like ukulele eye.
I swore even. You sing like Damascus, but you look more like Dick Van
Jiminy, please help me, please. I don't know how I acquired this disease. Return me to my human status and then I promise I'll never drop acid again.
If that's the truth, then I'll say amen. Now, do you promise to go straight back to your wife and kids who are still waiting for you at the American Beautiful Ride in Disneyland?
I most certainly do.
And do you promise not to ingest any more unnatural chemical substances into your system?
I most certainly do.
Well, in that case, I guess you're free to go home.
Gee, Jiminy, I don't know how I could ever thank you for all the time and effort you've given me.
Well, hey there, hi there, ho there. You're as welcome as can be.
Why, you've been listening to the Buena Vista Nightmare.
C-A-M
can't entertain you sufficiently.
Hey, you do realize it is the fantasy of a frustrated dad. I can see some of his points. I want to thank you for joining me, Tim Ryan, as a guest host here on the Mad Music Show. Be sure to visit themadmusicarchive.com, where you can find information on the artists played, including where you can purchase your own copies of their works, how to make requests for the show, or join us on the forums and provide your own participation. This show is copyright 2006 by themadmusicarchive.com, a member of ASCAP, BMI, and CSAC, all rights reserved. See you around when I guest host on some future show.
Well, you got your 3 already, Chad, so don't say anything. Oh, how about that? Deuces. Peace out. Peace D out. IBC root beer out. 10-4 over and out. 804 and out. And boy, click.